Rams became the first team to clinch a playoff spot. The Colts' Peyton Manning is on the verge of his first postseason. He joins us. And we meet the Lions' emerging star receiver, Germaine Crowell.
Welcome to this week's show. Gentlemen, I thought I heard all the ways that you're going to criticize officiating in the National Football League, but wide receiver from the Washington Redskins, Michael Westbrook, he came up with a different one. He questioned the integrity of line judge Byron Boston. He said he has a conflict of interest. The conflict of interest is that Byron Boston's son, David Boston, is a wide receiver with Arizona. Arizona and Washington, they're in the same division. Last week, it was Washington versus Detroit. Washington was flagged 17 times for penalties.
Yeah, but Michael Westbrook is right and wrong in this situation. He's wrong for questioning the integrity of Byron Boston because according to the National Football League, the two plays in question, Byron Boston got absolutely correct. But he's right in the fact to bring up that there is a very clear conflict of interest, and I think the league has to do something about it.
Yeah, appearance of impropriety. That's what you're talking about, Chris. The one thing that bothers me is that the league preaches purity of the game. No appearance of impropriety. Perception is reality. If, in fact, the father is officiating NFC East games and his son is playing in the NFC East, that is wrong.
That's a conflict with that crew, but there's a conflict on every crew. When I was coaching the National Football League, we went to Dallas, Texas to play the Cowboys. I asked the side judge, where do you live? He goes, I live right here. I live in Dallas. If you go to San Francisco and you're going against the 49ers, there's Al Jury. He's a motorcycle cop in San Francisco. So there's some type of conflict with every crew.
But it's not with their son, though, Jerry. The son doesn't play on another team.
But I think that is the problem. The league's saying that if we open up this can of worms with this situation, then we're going to have to look into every conflict, and pretty soon we don't have any officials. But I do believe, as far as the entire NFC is concerned, Byron Boston cannot officiate in those games.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You are innocent until you are proven guilty. And the problem with officiating in the National Football League, you're officiating both NFC and AFC games because they play one another. It's interesting who's playing this week. It's going to be Arizona at Washington. It's going to be David Boston and Michael Westbrook.
You got it.
Be a subplot there.
But his father won't be calling that game.
He will not be calling. Vince Tobin is the head coach of Arizona, and he has an exciting young quarterback in Jake Plummer. But it's been his defense that has brought the Cardinals back to life.
With 3 straight victories going into Sunday's contest, head coach Vince Tobin had his Cardinals back into the NFC East title hunt.
Defense, let's go. Let's go with swim 44. Swim 44. I want nickel, Cobra Dog 0. Let's have switch, Tommy, zone X. Let's change this. Can we change it?
You got standard on.
I want to change the defense. Well, you got to get somebody's attention over there. I want nickel 52.
Nickel 52.
Switching the coverage put number 42, Kwame Lassiter, into perfect position to defend the pass.
That pass is intercepted. Kwame Lassiter down the sideline.
Get in the end zone. Get in the end zone.
He's going. He's going. He scores.
Way to go, defense. Way to go.
Arizona's early lead didn't last long.
Under a rush. He fires. He completes it to Chad Lewis, who's in for a touchdown.
How the hell could he be beat that bad?
McNabb's back. Pumps once. Pumps twice. He has floated the football deep, and it is caught for a touchdown by Damian Douglas.
Rookie Donovan McNabb's 2 scoring strikes helped Philadelphia to a 17-7 lead.
Come on, defense.
In the second half, an aggressive defense kept Arizona in the game.
Good ball. All right. We got to score twice, guys. Let's hurry it up.
Arizona's Jake Plummer may not yet be considered a great quarterback, but he's proven he's great at leading the Cardinals from behind.
Okay, first down. Okay, here we go. Come on, let's go. Let's hurry it up.
Plummer audibilizes, back to throw, loops it to the end zone. It is caught by Boston. Penalty flag is down. Let's see if they rule a catch.
I think his foot was in anyway.
Touchdown, Gary. Touchdown and forced down.
Tobin called it correct, and for the 11th time in only 33 starts, Plummer did what he does best, leading Arizona to a 4th quarter win. it proved to be a typical Cardinal victory, down to the wire.
Now, the Cardinals need to put this thing away. You only got 3 seconds. Hurry!
Plummer sneaks and Plummer scores.
Touchdown! Touchdown! Way to battle! Way to battle! Way to battle! Way to battle! 20. The war, man. Way to go! That's how you finish, man. Good job. That's what we're all about. That's what we're all about. I love
Ball was a ball I scored with that goes straight to the defense. I know it's a team effort, but you guys kept us in it. It was rocky on the offensive side, but you gave us a chance, and that's all you have to do. Remember that. Give us the chance. This ball right here I score with goes to you guys. Let's go, Big Russ. Let's go, baby. That's what it's all about, baby. NFC. NFC. Get some respect today.
Truth be told, it was the Lions who needed to earn some respect, having dropped their last 18 games to the Redskins, a losing streak going back to 1965.
Time to break that spell, baby. Time to finish that. End it right now.
It's national TV. It's to win some money, guys. All right?
If you don't want to play and have fun this game, do what I did last week. Take your uniform off and go watch in the locker room. It ain't fun. Let's have some fun with that ass,
Let's go.
baby. Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3. Win.
Washington entered this showdown between first-place teams with the NFL's second-ranked offense, and the Redskins appeared to add to their gaudy numbers with a score on the game's opening drive. Officials ruled Larry Center's catch off the carom good, but not good enough.
Okay, that's how they dodge the bullet. The play is over at the 30. It's a first down.
They can't give them a touchdown because they blew the whistle.
Instead, the first touchdown of the afternoon came courtesy of Washington's special teams.
It's Thrash. He's out for the 15. Breaks it far side 20. Jets to the 30. Out to the 40. 45. Midfield. He's gone. 30. 20. 10. Touchdown. Washington Redskins.
Oh, no. God.
You break another long one, I'm going to come over here and sit down.
Yeah.
Because I know we got to kick off. I'm coming to sit down.
She's taking it right back. Let's go. We're taking it right back. Take that.
Looking to throw, pump fake. Now he'll go to Herman Moore. Got it, touchdown Lions. Herman Moore catches his first touchdown of this night.
Detroit would soon strike again, despite the best-laid plans of the Redskins' kicking units.
Hey, they're trying to block us right there and have those guys, the wedge, push out. The wedge is like a swinging door.
That swinging door blew wide open for brand-new Lion Desmond Howard.
Fields at the 32. Dodges a tackler at the 40. 45, 50, left side, 45, 40, 35, 30. He's gone! He's gone! Touchdown, Lions, Desmond Howard! Is that unbelievable? The Heisman Trophy winner from Michigan. Now picked up on waivers from Green Bay off the scrap heap. If Terry Fair doesn't break his knuckle in a household accident, Desmond Howard isn't on this team and doesn't make this touchdown. He's home watching the game.
Then the Redskins added to the day's drama with a score that trimmed the Lions' lead to only a field goal.
Going deep, he's got Westbrook wide open. 15, 10, cuts inside of the 5. Touchdown, Washington Redskins. Nice adjustment. Hello, Michael Westbrook.
Everything else is still good. We'll get that back on offense. All right, we'll just get that back. Keep doing what we're doing. We're fine up front. We're fine up front. Just keep coming.
Detroit's defense forced 6 fumbles, logged 5 sacks, and scored the game's final touchdown.
Pressure, sack, fumble, Zuccarellas has it! Touchdown, Lions!
The defense in this game has been huge.
That's what big players do, baby! Hell of a job.
Not a single Lions player was even alive the last time Detroit had beaten a Redskins team. And they'd share first place in the NFC Central with the winner of the Buccaneers-Vikings Monday Night Showdown. Bucs fans will try anything to make their offense look a little better. But for truly eye-popping, jaw-dropping effects, they have to look no further than their dominating defense.
half. Jeff George, his pass, picks up, intercepted by Abraham to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. Johnny Abraham will score a Tampa Bay touchdown. Wow, what a way to start the ball game. Go, Johnny, go!
Minnesota quarterback Jeff George's touchdown pass to Chris Carter gave the Vikings a 14-10 lead, leaving a Buccaneer comeback in the hands of first-time starting quarterback Sean King. King suffered the expected rookie mistakes, but he led an air attack which showed why he is the heir apparent at quarterback. His touchdown pass to Jaguars Green helped give Tampa Bay a 17-14 lead. He later put the game away with his second scoring strike, this one to tight end Dave Moore. The Buccaneers are tied with the Lions for first place in the NFC Central and are looking forward to this week's matchup.
Now we got to come back and win another one that's going to be bigger than this one. We said this would be a big game, but it wouldn't be the biggest one we play. Okay, we're playing again for first place next week, playing at our house.
First place is something the Broncos haven't had to think about since Super Bowl 33. Perhaps they were too wrapped up in their glory years to remember the basic tenets of tackling against the Chiefs. While Denver was missing tackles, Kansas City was missing the target. Elvis Gerbach's touchdown pass to tight end Tony Gonzalez helped forge a 10-10 tie. The Chiefs slammed the door on the Broncos late in the fourth quarter.
Taken by Vanover at the 20. 5 minutes left in the game. Vanover juke move, turns left at the 30. Richard tackle 35, Vanover at the 45-50, still on his feet. Gets by Ruin, up the left sideline. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Kansas City. Touchdown, Tamarick Vanover.
Vanover's return helped Kansas City improve to 7-5.
That punt return probably saved the job of Tamarick Vanover, and the victory got Kansas City within one game of Seattle in the AFC West. But this week, Kansas City will be playing host to the Minnesota Vikings. And, Nick, this is a night game.
Yeah, night game. Is this a dome team, Minnesota?
Yep.
And what will be the wind chill factor in Kansas
In the
City?
20s.
In the 20s.
Oh, and Minnesota doesn't know anything about cold weather.
They practice inside. They play inside. But that's not the big problem. The problem for Kansas City is going to be James Hasty. He has a bad leg going up against Randy Moss and Jake Reed. But the thing is, James Hasty is a gutty player. He plays every week. And if he can't do it, Eric Warfield can. I like the Chiefs.
You're taking the Chiefs because you like them. I'm taking the Chiefs because I've had all the Vikings I can take. Hey, if you're a Viking fan and you're sitting at home saving your money for the Super Bowl, forget it. Go out and buy somebody a Christmas gift. Maybe you won't get one from anybody else. This defense cannot stop the run. They're all doing an arm over. It's all a pass rush. It's a swim.
I guess you don't like the Vikings.
I don't like them at all. And the Kansas City Chiefs will run all over.
And who did you pick last week?
I picked the Vikings.
You're
I'm not
just so
picking them
bitter
anymore.
about that. Let me tell you the difference, though. Last week, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could get to the quarterback with a 4-man pass rush. If the Kansas City Chiefs try and come after him with just 4 guys, there's no way they get there. If they try and blitz, that means these 2 wide receivers are going to beat them up down the field. I like the Vikings.
You don't know Gunther Cunningham very well.
No,
Gunther Cunningham would blitz his mother if he thought that he could get to the quarterback. And Jeff George, he wants to massage Jeff George. I guarantee you that. They'll go after him. Look for 2 Tonys to do something offensively. Tony Richardson, the running back. Tony Gonzalez, the tight end. I like Kansas City. Now, even after a loss, Minnesota still has a shot at the playoffs. For Carolina, a victory was necessary just to keep their hopes alive.
It was one of those games in which a forward-moving football program can take a giant stride.
It's all about heart. Yeah. It's all about passion. Yeah. Everything you got. Everything you got in your stomach. I need you. Win. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
But in the first half, it was all St. Louis Rams.
Scans the secondary, throws the end zone, touchdown Rams. Roland Williams, the tight end, caught it on Terrific pass from Kurt Warner, and the Rams are on the board.
On a splendid afternoon in the Carolinas, Kurt Warner carved up the Panthers.
Throws right. He's got Oz Hakeem at the 45-yard line. Sheds one tackle. He's still going to the 30, to the 20, to the 15. They won't catch him today. Oz Hakeem. Touchdown, Rams.
Make the play, baby. Yeah. Good job.
Way to go. Let's go, Kurt. Kurt.
Warner threw 3 first-half touchdown passes, 2 of which were carried home by number 81, Azahir Hakeem.
They brought the house, even the safety, which left nobody in the middle of the field. And, I mean, Jim, I think you and I could have ran that one.
By late in the first half, the shadows of defeat had descended upon Carolina.
Man, you got to do something better than this. Make any sense, man. Gonna throw the ball 5 yards down the field and then what we got, 2, 3 and outs? 3 and outs. That ain't gonna get it.
Just before halftime, Steve Berline came to life.
Berline passing, fires down the middle, touchdown! Wesley Walls. Once again, nobody near him. Berline will pass. A lot of time. There he goes. For Donald Hayes, right corner. Got it! Touchdown! 36 yards. Berline. Football game.
In the fourth quarter, the Panthers pulled to within 3.
Out to Jeffers, makes the catch at the 35, takes it upfield 40, down the near sideline, to the Ram 40, to the 30. They're not going to catch him. Touchdown Panthers! Pat Jeffers, 71 yards.
That's as close as the Carolina Panthers would get.
Let's go! Let's make another one!
The Carolina Panthers are a much improved football team. The St. Louis Rams are the class of the NFC.
To the 30, and they won't catch him today!
Yes, sir.
Trey Bly, an interception, and a touchdown!
Last year, it was popular to say the game has passed Dick Vermeil by. Last Sunday, Vermeil became the first head coach this season to celebrate a division title.
Congratulations. Well, you don't have any
KC, we're going splashing. We're going splashing. Who's got the water cooler?
You got to come on! You know
we will not lose sight of what we have left to do. We will get on the plane tonight. We'll have a little glass of champagne to toast each other. We'll go in, obviously, a championship winning Monday. You get your weight training and running in and that kind of stuff. You can get ready to come back and start on our next go. We got 4 in a row to go 5. All we have to do is win 1. All we have to do is win. Super job, guys. Super job.
Is the season to be merry, although there hasn't been much to rejoice about in Atlanta this year. That is until the Saints came to town. The Falcons' offense did a great job of filling in for a busy St. Nick, delivering their best game of the season.
Play action, Chandler setting up, going long, middle of the field. Tim Dwight's out there. Dwight makes the catch. Touchdown Falcons! And the Falcons are rocking here.
And if you steal Santa's milk and cookies, you're bound to get Scrooged by the Grinch.
Werfel throwing near side, and it's picked up by Ray Buchanan. He might go. Touchdown Falcons. Ray Buchanan, the man they call Big Play, and let the dirty bird dance swirl.
The Falcons' next stop is San Francisco, where they hope to be more naughty than nice. Something the 49ers defense has been trying to do all year. Instead, both defenses made like spectators and watched the offensive fireworks.
Dillon, the handoff right side, gets to the line of scrimmage, steps into the 5, close to the goal line. Did he get in? He did! Touchdown! Cincinnati, what a great run.
The 49ers were arm tackling Corey Dillon, and no can do there. He's going to run through every arm tackle that you have.
The two teams combined for over 1,000 yards of offense. Jeff Blake passed for over 300 yards, including 4 touchdown strikes.
Come on, Dirty! Down the sideline at the 30.
Jeff Garcia added 437 passing yards of his own while connecting for 3 scores, 2 with Jerry Rice and 1 with J.J. Stokes.
Garcia throws under pressure. Stokes at the 5, and he stays on his feet for another San Francisco touchdown.
But Blake fired the final shot.
Here's Blake to throw. Going for pick once more, and he's got it. And it is a touchdown, Cincinnati.
The Bengals welcome Jerry Rice and the 49ers to the world of also-rans. Coming up on Inside the NFL. The Colts continue to amaze, winning their 8th straight game in thrilling fashion. And we look back at the 1958 NFL title game between the Colts and Giants.
That championship game between the Giants and Colts is credited with making pro football the #1 televised sport and Johnny Unitas a household name. The Lions' Germaine Crowell is not yet a household name, but may soon be with his recent play. In this week's cover story, Brian Burwell introduces us to the NFL's newest impact receiver.
The opportunity of Germaine Crowell's brief NFL life came disguised as disaster. The Detroit Lions, already down 1 superstar with the surprising retirement of Barry Sanders, lost Pro Bowl receiver Herman Moore to a knee injury in Week 1.
When Herman went down, I was like, man, it's an opportunity for me to step up for the team and to step up and show people that, you know, I can play and I can play at the level of a starter.
Though hardly an established NFL star, Crowell sure is behaving like one as the 8-4 Lions battle Tampa Bay for first place this week. A bit player as a rookie last year, this season he ranks among the league leaders in every receiving category.
I think I've learned more from a mental approach to the game, and I think that has enabled me to do less thinking out on the field and do more reacting. I'm just playing at a level where my natural ability is taking over, and I'm not worried about any mistakes that I'm making or anything like that.
Germaine Crowell's road to the NFL began in a very familiar place, here in his old backyard in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It was here where he developed a toughness and a competitive edge with the help of some very demanding big brothers.
Sometimes we have 20, 25, 30 kids back there playing football on Sunday after church. And I said, hey, that's a great place to be, you know. I'm just glad I got a big enough yard where I can hold them all.
He was 6 or 7 years old, wanting to get out here and play with the boys who were 12, 13, 14 years old. And I didn't think he was ready. You know, he looked so fragile.
I was always nagging him. I was always the guy coming along like, man, give me a chance to play, man, let me play.
We didn't think he had it in him yet to get out here and play. So we'd always tell him go on in the house and go do something or get away from us or something like that.
They was always rough to him. And by him being so bashful and laid back, I didn't want them to hurt him. And they was always telling me, you this mama's baby, you this mama's baby. And I would, you know, tell y'all just leave my baby alone.
By age 10, Germaine finally was let on the field with the big boys.
One time we was playing football in the backyard, and they gave me a chance to play, you know, and I was doing pretty good. So they were like, hey, everybody was like, man, your younger brother's pretty good.
Yet the toughening up process was still in progress.
Coach Bernie Howard was his Pee Wee coach. He said, Mr. Crowell, it seems like that when you are here, Germaine is very aggressive. He's not laid back. He really gets after it. But when you're not here, it seems like he's real passive. So he said, Mr. Crow, would you please do me a favor? Please stay at the practices so that real ball player can come out of Germaine.
That real player is in the NFL now. But Germaine drew some criticism in last Sunday's win against Washington due to some drop passes, an old problem he's worked on ever since big brother Robert coached him freshman year in high school.
Germaine would always miss the balls. I mean, it just hit his hands. I said, that's a lack of concentration, Germaine. You know, we had this big hill. Whenever you miss, you're going to run. That hill, I mean, it was a big hill, so I always called it the Browns Hotel. Every time he missed, I said, just go on the Browns Hotel and run.
At age 23, Germaine Crowell is still learning. Yet the battles waged today in grand NFL stadiums were made easier by the hard-nosed lessons learned on his old backyard field of dreams.
I had a chance to talk to Gus Brott last week, and he said that Germaine Crowell is making all the plays in that offense. And we'll see if he can make all the plays this week against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and that outstanding defense. But you've got to wonder, Jerry, if you're Bobby Ross, which quarterback do you play? Gus Brott has been red hot, a 100 quarterback rating, or you go back to Charlie Batch?
Well, if you're Charlie Batch and you're watching this week's film and you're looking at that Tampa Bay, you say, you know, I think I need one more week. I'm not ready to go yet.
That's Jeff George. I mean, in the last 5 ball games, this defense has forced 18 turnovers. Warren Sapp, Brad Culpepper, whoever's playing quarterback, they're too good.
You know, Detroit, though, right now, their front seven has been playing just outstanding football. They really have. And anytime you play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that's what you have to be able to do. Stop the run. But on the other side, Sean King was pretty sharp in that game for a rookie on Monday Night Football. Now he gets back Ward done. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win.
They're going to win, I think, because of Detroit cannot run the football and cannot protect the quarterback. They've been sacked 45 times. Going against Chidi Ahanatu, come on, I'm going with Tampa Bay.
Sean King may be celebrating his monarchy this week, but this week he's got to play against Robert Porcher, who will strip him of his crown. I like Detroit.
You're taking Detroit?
I love
it. Okay.
He is so clever, isn't he? He really is. Well, the bad news for the Lions is that they have to go against Tampa's defense. The good news is they don't have to play in the type of weather the Bears and Packers saw last week.
The Windy City lived up to its name last week when swirling gusts of freezing rain made ball handling an adventure.
The snap to Todd. He bobbled it momentarily. Fumbles it. He kicks it up the field. It's picked up. Oh, no. The defenders. And running towards the goal line is going to be Keith McKenzie. Touchdown, Packers. Can you believe it?
The poor conditions were a fitting setting for these two foul-weather teams. But the best mutter on the field was a rookie, number 22, Damon Parker. With Dorsey Levens unavailable because of cracked ribs, Parker, a 5th-round draft pick from Oklahoma, became an unexpected hero by rushing for 113 yards and scoring 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
To the 5, reaches to the end zone, and Porcher got it. Touchdown! Touchdown! Damon Parker!
Brett may be changing the play of the line out of the eye. Hand off to Parker, bouncing right, gets the block to the outside of the 15. He's to the 10, cuts it back to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown!
Parker's second score was a byproduct of superb blocking and a rookie who ran under control over awful field conditions. In the end, the Packers handled the weather and the Bears, gaining revenge for an early season loss. It was Green Bay's 11th victory in the last 12 games between the two teams in their fabled 78-year-old rivalry. Jim Fossil's decision to delegate play calling to his quarterback coach Sean Payton paid off big time for the New York Giants.
Back set. Collins looks left, quick slant. He's got Toomer. He's got it. Across midfield. He made a man miss. It's a foot race down the left sideline. Amani Toomer to the 10. 5. Touchdown Giants. 61 yards. And he beat the Pro Bowler Aaron Glenn. And Jim Fossil's breaking everything out of the playbook. Collins back to throw. Lobs it left corner of the end zone. Toomer's got it. Did he get his feet in? Touchdown, says the official. What a catch by Toomer. And the Giants get a touchdown. Giants 34. Jets 7.
The Jets' Ray Lucas unleashed an impressive aerial attack of his own, nearly 300 yards and 4 touchdown passes.
He's got Keyshawn back in the end zone. He made the catch and he get his feet in. Touchdown, Jets. What a play by a Pro Bowl player.
In this showdown of local rivals, the Giants made most of the big plays as Big Blue routed the green and white. For the first time ever, they had a 100-yard rusher in Joe Montgomery, 200-yard receivers in Ike Hilliard and Amani Toomer, and a 300-yard passer in Kerry Collins.
3rd and 10 with the Giants in their own 20. Collins in a shotgun. Drops back, lobs it right, has Toomer, makes the catch. There goes Toomer down the right sideline.
Parcells' Jets lost to a team that had been on a 3-game slide. That streak ended in resounding fashion. On Sunday night, the most welcome fireworks were turned in by a Patriots defense that showed unusual muscle. The Cowboys' attack failed to reach the end zone, and with just 3 touchdowns in 4 games, maybe now Deion Sanders' plea to play receiver will be granted. The high point for Dallas was Emmitt Smith, who joined Barry Sanders as the only rushers in league history to achieve 9 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. The evening's solitary touchdown was scored in the 4th quarter on a short run by Terry Allen. It gave New England its first win ever against Dallas and revived the Patriots' fading playoff hopes in football's toughest division. This week, the first-place Colts will be their opponent.
Everybody watching, play for a division title, don't get any better than this.
Indeed, most everybody was watching, and drawing special attention was the best Colts team ever assembled in Indianapolis. With the likes of Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, and rookie running back Edgerrin James, the Colts have struck gold and were in pursuit of their first 10-win season since 1977. 3-13 last season, the Colts are on the verge of one of the greatest one-season turnarounds in league history. And with James carrying the football, that miracle has become a distinct reality.
Come on now, let's go, let's get it in on the first one.
Manning gives it Andrews, trying to get outside right, turns the corner to 40, looks for a block, down to the 35, down to the 30, down to the 25, brings it back into the 20, down to the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5, touchdown!
A lock for Rookie of the Year honors. James' 8th 100-yard game of the year is one shy of tying the NFL rookie record. In their biggest test of the season, the Colts played heads-up defense as well.
Oh, and running room, and Jeff Burris knocks him down, but not until he come out to the 25-yard line. The Colts have got the football. They're running it into the end zone.
Chad Cota's touchdown earned the Colts a 17-3 lead.
Keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Keep it on them. Y'all keep it going, man. Keep it going.
After missing 5 weeks with a neck injury, then throwing 5 interceptions in Dallas on Thanksgiving, Dan Marino suffered more abuse from Indianapolis. But the Colts couldn't keep Marino down for long. By the 2nd quarter, his missing touch was back.
Dolphins desperately need a touchdown here. Marino takes the snap, blitz coming, lobs one for a run against it at the end zone. He's got it!
All right, Miami!
The Dolphins are coming back. They're now in this game.
Let's hope the Dolphins got the memo that said pride is at stake today.
And Manning back to pass, looking, throws underneath, and this was intercepted. Sam Madison, he's at the 10. It's a touchdown, Miami!
All right, Billy Bob!
Peyton Manning responded by throwing a touchdown pass in his 25th straight game. The Colts regained a short-lived 14-point lead in the 3rd period before Dan Marino reminded us of, well, Dan Marino.
Deep down the far sideline of the field. It's caught! It's a touchdown! Tony Martin! Touchdown, Dolphins!
The game turned around for Miami after a Dolphins interception led to a 51-yard, 11-play scoring drive. Stanley Pritchett climaxed the drive with a touchdown that tied the game at 31.
My God, the Dolphins have come back in this football game. This is not a time for the faint-hearted or the weak-willed.
All season, we're the answer. It's all about answering. Hey, they can't stop us. They can't stop us in 2 games, all right? We're stopping ourselves, all right? All 60 minutes. Let's go.
After trading field goals, the game was tied again at 34. From their own 32, the Colts looked twice to Marvin Harrison.
24 seconds left in the game.
2 clutch catches accounted for 34 yards and put the Dolphins' comeback bid on hold.
All right, Vanderjagt will try 52 yards. This is a pretty tough kick here, folks. See
Walsh waiting for the snap. It's there. It's down. Vanderjagt's kick is on the way. It's on target. And the Colts win. Wow! Wow! The Colts have won it 37-34. Mike Vanderjagt. The Colts have now won 8 in a row.
A great team effort. A great team effort. It took everybody in this damn room to win that football game. We fought to the end, all right? Right down to the final second, we fought. Good things happened, bad things happened, but we kept battling our ass off. It paid off in the end, all right? Hey, now listen, we've been doing this all dang year, right? And we're going to keep doing it.
The Colts have reason to celebrate. This week they can clinch the playoffs, and Peyton Manning can experience something even his father Archie never achieved, a postseason. Peyton now joins us on NFL Crosstalk. And Peyton, first of all, congratulations, but I've got to ask you, what does your dad have to say about all this success?
Well, he's excited about it. I think he enjoys watching his son play football, and he's enjoyed following our team. So it's been a lot of fun this year. It's been a lot more than we expected. We didn't expect to be 10-2 at this point, so everybody is enjoying this ride right now.
Well, it has been a magical season for you and the Colts, but your win over the Dolphins was one of the best games of the year. Have you recovered emotionally from that one yet?
Well, I feel like we have. I think Sunday will be a big test for us. It was a big win for our organization, for our team. It was built up as a big game. And when you have those big games, it's nice to be able to win. But the important thing is to be able to recover and come back the next Sunday. And it'll be interesting to see how we're going to respond. But I think we'll be ready for the game.
This week against the New England Patriots, Ty Law comes into this game with a cast on his right thumb. Can you take advantage of him?
Well, we assume that Ty Law is going to be guarding Marvin Harrison, and so Marvin's a big part of our offense, and we have to try to get Marvin the ball. It's so key to our offense. But Ty Law with a broken hand is still better than a lot of other cornerbacks in the NFL with 2 healthy hands. But it's always a great battle when he and Marvin play against each other.
Let me ask you about your head coach, Jim Mora. He was always known as a very conservative head coach. What do you think has changed in him? He's hipper than Pokemon right now.
Well, I'm glad you asked me about that, because Coach Mora, I don't think he's gotten enough credit this year. Obviously, the Rams are having a great year, and Dick Ramil's done a great job, but Coach Mora has just done wonders for us. He has gotten us prepared to play every single week. He has kept our preparation level the same. He has just really kept this team focused, and it all starts with him.
Well, for the few doubters that remain, like our own Jerry Glanville, what makes you believe that a team so young can handle the pressure that lies ahead in the playoffs?
Chris, I think the biggest chance of that is that we really don't know what we're doing, and I think that's kind of a good thing. I think a team that kind of has been there before, knows what the pressure is like, and is kind of thinking about it all the time. Right now, we're not thinking about that. Right now, all we're thinking about is the Patriots, and after that, it's going to be the Redskins, and then so on and so on. And we're really going to take them one game at a time, because there's no question this is all new to us. But I think we have the right approach in that, hey, it's one game at a time, and let's keep trying to get better and just see how far we can go.
Well, Peyton, congratulations on a great year. Everybody here has certainly enjoyed watching you, and best of luck this week.
Thanks, Chris.
Lenny D, how'd you like to have that young man as your quarterback for about the next 15 years or so?
Peyton Manning is someone very, very special. And for a closer look at Peyton Manning, tune into Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel this Tuesday, December the 14th at 10 p.m. Eastern and Pacific. Find out how the Indianapolis quarterback has come so far so fast. He's going to have to do it once again this week, because Indianapolis will be playing host to the Patriots, and the Patriots have beaten the Colts 7 straight. 10 out of the last 12 games. The Patriots, though, are currently not among the AFC 6 playoff teams. So, Nick, a very important game for New England.
Yeah, more important for Drew Bledsoe. Jerry, I think this guy has the entire offense on his shoulders. There's no running game in New England. What they have to do is they have to go to 3 wide, Ben Coates as the tight end, 1 running back, and do what Dan Marino did, throw the football. He went over 300 yards against them. Vulnerability is the Colts' defense.
Hey, look at the Colts. What do they have? They only have the best passer in the AFC, the leading rusher in the AFC, the leading receiver in the AFC, an offensive line that's given up just 12 sacks, and on the other side, Ty Law is hurting for New England. He's their best defensive back. I like the Colts.
Well, forget about their players and how much skill they have. Look at the scheme. I think the scheme's what's making this team go. You watch Peyton Manning. He takes that football and he sticks it in on Edgerrin James, and you can't tell whether it's a run or a pass. So the run force is real late. Lawyer Malloy, the strong safety for New England, he'll have to stay back, and Edgerrin James, he'll be running around the corner. I take the Colts too.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm glad I'm not Ted Johnson, the middle linebacker, because I'd be frozen in my tracks. I, too, like the Colts.
Chris, we got 3 here that like the Colts.
Ted Johnson's glad you're not Ted Johnson either, Nicholas, over there. But don't forget about Ken Dilger, the return of that outstanding tight end for the Colts as well. Just too many weapons. I like Indianapolis. Well, while Jim Mora hopes to clinch a playoff spot this weekend, the Steelers' Bill Cowher is going through his most trying season.
No, this isn't a flashback to 1996 when Mike Tomczak won 11 games as the Steelers' starting quarterback. Call it a slashback, where dreams of recreating the receiving exploits of Cordell Stewart came up just short. The switch didn't reverse Pittsburgh's fortunes as the Jaguars pulled away in the second half.
Drops the truck. Turns and he's for the end zone. He's got Jimmy Smith. Touchdown!
Maybe they could have done it in their sleep. The Jags keep rolling along at 11-1. The steady improvement of the Baltimore Ravens doesn't jump out at you, but it was hard to ignore the quantum leap they took last Sunday against the Titans.
Play action. Looking deep. Throwing it for Patrick Johnson. Well covered. He pulled a muscle and he's limping into the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
Patrick Johnson's 76-yard score sparked the Ravens' defense, which denied Tennessee's bid to reclaim the lead. For a while, the Titan offense couldn't get out of its own way, but Tennessee settled down before halftime to pull within a field goal.
And Eddie George going around left end. How do you like that? I like it a lot. Touchdown, Titans! Eddie George!
But Tony Banks helped Baltimore pull away, throwing for 332 yards and a career-high 4 touchdowns. Any Titans' comeback hopes were dashed by Rod Woodson.
McNair throws, picked off.
While Woodson actually tied Ken Houston's all-time mark, Tennessee's loss put them 2 games behind Jacksonville in the AFC Central. In Oakland, Seattle's Mike Holmgren faced off against a man he once hired, Raider head coach John Gruden. And in this battle of offensive minds, it was the Raider attack which struck first. Oakland led 17-0 before Seattle stormed back.
Hitting a throw, pump fake short, going long, wide open. Touchdown, Seattle, Galloway!
Losers of 5 fourth-quarter leads this year, the Raider defense finally held on.
Rolling down the middle, intercepted by Anthony Newman on a 5, 10, 15, 20. He'll slide down, and Newman's pick, a huge one there.
After dropping 2 straight, Seattle is hoping for a breather this week against the Chargers, who hosted Cleveland last Sunday, looking to end a 6-game losing streak. Early on, Kenny Bynum provided the lifeless Charger attack with a needed spark. Cleveland responded as Tim Couch found fellow rookie Kevin Johnson for their 8th score of the year. Jermaine Fazan's first NFL touchdown helped put the Chargers over the top. San Diego head coach Mike Riley hopes his Chargers can make it 2 in a row this week in Seattle.
Mike Riley is 5-7, but his players are still behind him. That can't be said for everyone, as we'll see in this week's Inside Update. Mike Ditka is angry that one of his Saints signed fake autographs on footballs signed by the entire team for charity. Ditka revealed the prank in response to a published quote from an anonymous Saints player who said 60% of the team wants to see him fired. The coach said the anonymous player is probably the one who signed Al Pacino's name on the charity football. The Rams' Isaac Bruce received a major scare Tuesday night when his Mercedes flipped after blowing a tire returning from a Missouri basketball game. Bruce was not wearing a seatbelt. Isaac was bumped and bruised, missed practice time, but is probable for Sunday. Broncos quarterback Chris Miller, still feeling the effects of a concussion, was told on Tuesday by his coach Mike Shanahan to retire. Quote, I told him if you were my son, there's no way you would go back into a football game this year, maybe ever. And now for some more inside information, let's go to Lynn Dawson and Gary Myers.
Thanks, Chris. At the top of this show, Gary, we talked about Michael Westbrook of the Redskins criticizing the official, Byron Boston. He said he had a conflict of interest because his son, David Boston, plays for Arizona. I thought when you criticized an official, you got fined. Why wasn't he fined?
Well, Lenny, the league had actually made a decision to fine Westbrook $10,000. When it came across Paul Tagliabue's desk, he overruled it, felt that Westbrook's comments were so far-fetched that to fine him for him would actually give it greater significance than it deserved. One other point, Byron Boston is not scheduled to work any more NFC East games over the last 4 weeks of the season, but that schedule is made out way in advance and has nothing to do with Michael Westbrook's comments.
There's trouble in New Orleans. We just heard Chris say that 60% of the players want Mike Ditka out. Is he in trouble?
Well, earlier this week, Saints owner Tom Benson issued a statement saying he'll make whatever significant moves are necessary to return the Saints to winners. Now, naturally, that has led to speculation about Mike Ditka's future. There's some people around the league who think Ditka's in serious trouble, that he will lose his job. He's in his third year, a 14-30 record, has 3 years to go on his contract. Just as important, that widely criticized Ricky Williams trade, among others things, cost the Saints their #1 pick next year. Right now, that looks like it'll be the first or second pick in the draft. New Orleans will be able to get its quarterback there, but that pick belongs to the Washington Redskins.
There's also problems in Dallas. They've only scored 3 offensive touchdowns in the last 4 ball games. This week, they cut wide receiver Alvin Harper. They cut Richie Cunningham, their kicker, and they signed kicker Eddie Murray. What else are they doing down there?
Well, Deion Sanders, for the first time this year, will be playing wide receiver Sunday against Philadelphia. You know, Lenny, in the past, when the Cowboys used Sanders at wide receiver, it was a luxury. Now it's a necessity because of the injuries to Michael Irvin, Ernie Mills, and Wade McGarity.
Dan Marino, Thanksgiving Day, terrible day, but last week a terrific day. Is he back to 100%?
Well, he says he's very happy with the way he's throwing the ball, but a month ago, while he was out, he was very concerned. He said he didn't know if he'd ever get back to the level of throwing the ball that he was used to.
Let's talk about quarterbacks. Trent Dilfer, after Sean King helped them win against Minnesota, will Dilfer be back?
I believe he will be back in Tampa next year. On January 15th, the Bucs have to exercise a $4.6 million buyback in his contract to get 2 more years. Earlier this year, I do not believe the Bucs were going to do it, but Dilfer played very well after he was benched and before he broke his collarbone.
You're finding that good quarterbacks are hard to find. So are people like you. See you next week.
Okay, Lynn.
Chris, let's go back to you.
Thanks, Len. Well, while the NFL is the most popular televised sport today, it wasn't always that way. Most people credit the championship game of 1958 as the day the NFL came of age. In this week's NFL Storybook, Kirk Gowdy looks back at what is generally referred to as the greatest game ever played.
We were good, and we knew we were, and we knew we should be winning this game. There was no thought, really, of our need to prove anything. We figured we were going to.
We always felt we were a better ball club overall than the New York Giants, so we went in very confident.
That was one of the great teams ever put together, the Colts were. So we knew going into that game that we had our hands full. And Unitas certainly always made the difference in the game he ever played in.
Our plan was to throw the ball, so we needed good weather. And we hit a 45-degree day in Yankee Stadium, clear. The field was dry, no wind. Couldn't have been any better for our situation.
And the Colts come up with the first big play of the afternoon. Unitas fakes to Amici, throws down in the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
We should have blown the game totally out at that point, and our only problem was the New York Giant defense wasn't having any part of it.
Quick tosses out to Amici, swinging wide to the right, and he's close from the 5-yard line.
If you take a chance, if you gamble, and that gamble goes against you, you do lose momentum, and you lose it quick.
The right halfback, King at fullback. Here's Picardly fakes the King, throwing down the middle. Rota's in the open. He's got it, but Jakeman's one man, Jakeman's another. He's been chased in the eye, and man brought down on, there's a fumble on the play. And it's picked up by the block and racing the steps with the ball. And I think on one of the world's most amazing plays.
Neither team, I don't think, ever felt they had the game. Neither one.
Back to throw. First attempt for 15 throws. Hit. And it's good to Gifford. And Gifford goes in for the score.
I remember when we took the field for what was going to be our final chance, I remember thinking to myself, you know, we've blown this ball game. We should have already put it away. And then we went in the huddle and Unitas went to work.
We didn't want it to be to the point that we were fighting for our lives, where we had to rely on Steve Myra to kick a field goal.
Myra's going to kick from the 19, which was tied up and sent it into sudden death. There's the kick, and the kick by Myra is good, and the game is tied with 7 seconds to go.
An overtime game is hard to play because there's so much pressure in the overtime. Unitas knew the weakness of the defense. He almost knew what you were going to do, and he attacked you at your weakness. You try to help the guy that needs help. And what happens is you weaken your position. And that's when Unitas hits you with a run with Amici coming up the middle.
Flanker out to the right, fakes Dupre. The handoff to Amici's at the 30 to 25, down to the 20-yard line.
I used to think he could read my mind.
Bert Bell, the commissioner of the NFL, had been nursing the National Football League along for several years. And that game, with a huge television audience that day, with the drama of that ball game, Bert Bell knew after that ball game that the NFL, you know, it had just been born.
United States begins to Amici, and the ball game is over.
He knew that the NFL had turned the corner that day, and it would never be the same. And, of course, he was right.
15 players and coaches from this game are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, an enduring testament to the game many consider the greatest of all time.
Johnny Unitas certainly was the hero in that game, and for those who missed the premiere of HBO's documentary Unitas, you can catch it throughout December on Sunday the 12th at 9:45 a.m., December the 16th at 7 p.m., and December the 21st at 8 a.m. Those times are Eastern and Pacific. Nick, what'd you think about that game? The greatest of all time?
No, I don't think so, Lundy.
No?
I think our game in 1971, the double overtime win by the Dolphins, was the greatest game.
I knew you'd find a way to get that in. We were in color.
Show them the ring, Show them the ring while you're at it. Go ahead.
Back in '58 was in black and white. But how about last week? How'd you fare in this pick
Not
session?
as well as you did,
Oh, I don't think so. Now, look at for the season, folks. We have parity here.
Jeremy's on the bottom.
All right. Earlier in this program, we picked several games. Now it's time to pick the rest. Nick likes the Oakland Raiders to hand the Titans their second consecutive loss, but the rest of us like Tennessee. Chris Chandler will take advantage of that 49ers secondary. Atlanta will give San Francisco their 9th straight loss. Carolina may play backup quarterback Jeff Lewis down the stretch. That's why we agree that Green Bay, still fighting for the playoffs, will win this one. Baltimore is second in the NFL in rush defense. Pittsburgh won't be able to run effectively. We like the Ravens. Cleveland is letting Tim Couch take a pounding. The Bengals will win in the last game ever played at Old Riverfront Stadium, made famous by our guy, Chris Collinsworth. That's why they're tearing it down. Philadelphia beat Dallas 13-10 in Week 5, but the Cowboys will use Deion Sanders on offense and defeat the Eagles. St. Louis won home field advantage in the NFC title game. That's why they'll win this week in New Orleans. San Diego has the misfortune of playing Seattle in Seattle after 2 straight Seahawks losses. Look for Seattle to win this one. The Jags are on a roll with Mark Brunell having 3 straight 300-yard games. We like Jacksonville over Denver. Now, for the rest of the games in more detail, we got Arizona at Washington. The Cardinals have won 4 straight. A win would give Arizona a share of first place and the tiebreaker over every division opponent. Now, since I won last week, I think I'll go first.
You did good.
What happened to Stephen Davis last week of Washington? He leads the NFC in rushing, yet they only gave him the ball 3 times in the second half last week. That will change. Washington will win.
Everybody's talking about Jake the snake being back. I don't think Jake is back. He should have had 5 interceptions last week. I like the Redskins.
What was that? Keep me going.
Broadway did.
Jake the snake. I look at Arizona. I look at their defense. Simeon Rice can really put the pass rush on. Remember the old Chicago Bear? Yeah. Andy Heck, the left tackle. He'll block Simeon. Washington wins.
And everybody's wondering, oh, I'm not doing that stuff. When you talk about the Washington Redskins last week, in the Dome, their offensive line looked horrible. They couldn't get off on the snap of the ball. Won't be a problem this week at home. I like Washington.
We got Miami at the New York Jets. Dolphins have dropped 2 in a row. They'll face the Jets twice this month.
The Dolphin defense tackling stunk.
Wow.
They couldn't tackle anybody. This week here, they better tackle Keyshawn or he'll end up in the end zone. They will. I like the Dolphins.
What I learned watching that game last week is the Miami offense is a whole lot better than we thought it was. It's only good when they're behind. Then they go catch up. Throw the ball to Tony Martin early. Let Marino go. Miami wins.
And it's going to be good weather this week in New York, about 50 degrees on Sunday, and this Jets defense gave up 6 big plays on the defensive side, and they get a red-hot Dan Marino. I like Miami.
You know, the Jets had no running game last week. Curtis Martin getting only 4 yards.
Unbelievable.
Jets also had a terrible game tackling. I like Miami. We've got the New York Giants at Buffalo. Giants quarterback coach Sean Payton calling the plays. He's doing a great job.
And I tell you what, he's in trouble. I don't care what plays he calls because they have to start a backup center. Derek Angler versus Ted Washington of the Buffalo Bills. Ted will win the game.
Giants secondary all banged up. Jason Sehorn is out of this ball game. Philippi Sparks is hurting for this one. Eric Moulds has a big day. I like Buffalo.
You know, the Bills are 7th in the league in rushing. This time of year in Buffalo, you got to run the ball to win it. Thurman Thomas coming back for the first time since opening day. I like Buffalo.
Everybody saw Michael Strahan shook up the Giants. Well, Armani Toomer made the Giants, but not big enough. I like Buffalo.
Well, that's our show for this week. Join us each Thursday evening at 8 p.m. and again at midnight. If you miss any part of it, you can catch it again Fridays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 11 a.m. Those times are Eastern and Pacific. So for Nick, Chris, and Jerry, I'm Len Dawson saying thanks for watching the show the pros watch, Inside the NFL.
I was pleased with how you made sure you secured the ball. Big-time players, that was a big-time. You can tell you're on the Upper East Coast. I got no rhythm. You got no rhythm, but you secured the ball. You made a good play.
NFC West, that's how it's done, baby. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. You know, you've been through it. Oh, yeah. For y'all. Been waiting a long time, baby.
This has been a presentation of HBO Sports, the network of champions.
On deck for Real Sports.
This season has been a blur for Steve Young, Troy Aikman, and Chris Miller. Plagued by brutal hits to the head, they now must decide on how long they can play the game they love. Jim Lampley takes a clear-headed look at NFL concussions, past and present. Plus, the great American pastime of card collecting has lost its innocence. Bernie Goldberg looks at the face value of this big-money hobby that's changing kids into businessmen. Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel. Premieres Tuesday night at 10 on HBO.
Nothing is out of bounds.
Next on HBO, the story of the battle behind one of the greatest films ever made. Liev Schreiber and James Cromwell, the HBO original movie, RKO 281. Next on HBO.